Welcome in, guys. Monday edition Beers Daily Fantasy Six Pack. Hope everybody had a great weekend. Enjoyed those football games yesterday, but we are here to talk some NBA with 6 of my favorite plays. Thank you, as always, for stopping by Fantasy Bar and checking out today's video. Now, before we get to those plays, do me a favor, take a second, click that thumbs up button. Very important. That's the tip jar here to continue to bring you these free videos. So thank you for that. Make sure you subscribe, hit that notification bell if you have not already. All right, last week, my apologies, was out with the illness. Still fighting it off, but had to get back here to talk some NBA. So let's get rolling here with 6 of my favorite plays. We'll start at the guard position with Dyson Daniels of Atlanta. Now, the Hawks absolutely decimated here tonight. No Trae Young, no Jalen Johnson. What does that mean? Means a big usage bump for Dyson Daniels, over 9% this season with those two guys off the floor. Now, not the easiest matchup in the world. What's that going to do? It's going to help keep ownership down here on Dyson Daniels. At least 38 DraftKings points in 4 of his last 6. We know this guy does a little bit of everything on the floor, and now going to have to take on that additional offensive burden with those two guys off the floor. Big usage bump here, minimal ownership, even in a tough matchup. Love me some Dyson Daniels. All right, let's go to the other side of the game, get some correlation in the mid-range with Jalen McDaniels of Minnesota. This guy just continues to play a ton of minutes and produce in almost every single category here. At least 8 rebounds for him now in 6 of the last 9 games. And the old stock, steals and blocks, multiples there in 9 of his last 12 games. Also been seeing some nice shot volume here for Jalen McDaniels. So tons of paths for him here in this game, especially against this defense. Atlanta gives up the most fantasy points to the small forward position, 5th most to power forward if he shifts over to that spot. Great spot here for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Jaden McDaniels, great price and a great matchup with the Atlanta Hawks. All right, let's go down low at my favorite center. We're going to pick on the Washington Wizards once again with Daniel Gafford. So we know by now, Washington just an absolutely elite matchup for a ton of positions, but center, really the one where they have struggled. And we get the old revenge narrative here for Daniel Gafford on top of the best matchup here against this Wizards team. And they allow the most fantasy points to the center position. And Gafford really been playing some good ball of late. 4 double-doubles over his last 6, and he has shown a ceiling into the 70s. So anytime we're talking a potential 10x return on a guy at these prices, love the spot here for Daniel Gafford against the Washington Wizards. All right, more correlation on the other side of that game with Jordan Poole. So big minutes, big shot volume here is a guy I want to get in my lineups under 7,000 here on DraftKings. Feels a bit underpriced, probably where he should be on FanDuel, but I don't mind him over there either. We're talking 40 or more DraftKings points now in 8 of his last 13 games. 2 games over 54 over the last 5. So showing a nice floor ceiling combination, usable in both cash games and in GPPs. Good matchup here with Kyrie Irving and the Dallas Mavericks. We're talking a team bottom 10 in fantasy points allowed to the point guard position. Jordan Poole, just simply too cheap here, and a nice run it back with any of your Dallas pieces. All right, let's get you a high risk, high reward value play with Aaron Gordon of Denver. Now, this one, not a play for everybody. I certainly understand the concerns here with Aaron Gordon, but these prices at just $4,200 on DraftKings starting to look like he's getting more and more involved in that lineup. So the minutes go back up to 25, which was the highest since returning to this team from injury. I think it's a great sign. They're trying to get him more minutes here. And this game environment, certainly one you're going to want a lot of exposure to here tonight. Total at 246. Both teams top 6 in pace, and we know that fits Aaron Gordon's game very well. Get up and down the floor. Bulls have struggled with the power forward position as well. 3rd most fantasy points here. Great spot here. So again, high risk, high reward, but I like the upside here at these prices in this matchup for Aaron Gordon. All right, it's time. Take a look at my favorite play for Monday night. Before we do that, let's continue. Our Beast of the Night contest continue to give away a free week of RotoGrinders Premium to our winners. All you got to do, click that thumbs up button, head to the comment section, and guess fantasy points on DraftKings for my Beast of the Night. If your guess is the closest, we're going to give you that free week of RotoGrinders Premium simply for hanging out and watching the video here today in the Fantasy Bar. All right, let's wrap it up with my favorite play on Monday night. No mass, Beast of the Night. All right, Beast time. Lots of enticing options on the top, but we are going to roll with Kade Cunningham of Detroit, tonight's Beast of the Night. So I get it. First thing you're thinking of is that matchup with Cleveland. Certainly not the easiest on the board, but we're talking about a guy, anytime he takes the floor, has that triple-double, level upside, and ownership looking like it should be sub 5% here on Kade Cunningham. So that's going to trump the matchup for me here, as he has been playing extremely well of late. 54 more DraftKings points now in 7 of his last 11 games. And we already talked about that ownership being really low here in a tough matchup. Last time out against Cleveland, did put 33 points on the board. Now, we didn't see as much in the rebounds and the assists in that game, and certainly struggled with turnovers in that game, which kept his fantasy points down. I think we see a vintage Kade Cunningham performance here. He's going to be 2-3% owned, and it's absolutely stealing Kade Cunningham. Easily my favorite play on the board in tonight's Beast of the Night. All right, guys, that'll do it for our Monday night six-pack. As always, any comments, questions, or feedback, you know where to find me. Hit me up in that YouTube comment section right below the video or on Twitter at Beermakersfan. And don't forget, your guest, Kade Cunningham's fantasy output on DraftKings for a shot to win a free week of RotoGrinders Premium. For RotoGrinders.com, I am Beer saying salut, guys. Thank you so much for watching. We'll be back again on Wednesday, and then going to start ramping it up to 3 days a week with NFL in our rear view, MLB right around the corner here as well. But we'll focus on the NBA 2 to 3 times a week. Thank you again for stopping by, all your support on these videos. Click that thumbs up button on your way out the door if you haven't already. And best of luck on tonight's slate.
Thanks for checking out our videos. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more DraftKings, FanDuel, and other DFS content. And you can check out our daily live show schedule on rotogrinders.com/videos.